All right, welcome to another mock talk. Before I get rolling, again, just want to ask you to keep the Duggar family in your prayers. I know that, it's going to take a long time to heal, and just pray for them, and the God of all comfort would meet them where they're at and comfort them and encourage them and help them through this difficult time. And also just a reminder that if you have the opportunity to go buy twice the ice, get water, get ice, 100% of the proceeds are going to help out the Duggar family during this time. As I get started with this mock talk, I'm going to continue with John Wooden's Pyramid of Success, and been talking a lot about making each day your masterpiece, and been hitting all the blocks in the Pyramid of Success, starting with industriousness or hard work and enthusiasm, and cooperation, loyalty, and friendship, and discipline and self-control and those kinds of things. And been on initiative for quite a long time. Been thinking about that and what that would look like, and kind of explaining that block of the Pyramid of Success. And it's been challenging, but as I said, I've been reading a number of books, and the one I've been reading about is what Kobe left behind, and a story about Kobe Bryant. And just when I think about him, and I'm only a couple chapters in, I think about initiative and taking the initiative to become the best that you can possibly become. And in order to reach that and competitive greatness and being at your best when your best is needed, you got to be willing to take initiative. And that means being a student of the game, a student of life, a student of your job, whatever it may be. And it also involves taking risks. In the first couple chapters in the book, one is called Obsession and the other one is called The Detective. And in both situations, Kobe Bryant took so much initiative. I watched him a lot throughout my life and saw him play, and I wasn't a fan, but I have a great deal of respect for him now and respect for his game. And he was an incredible player, and just really have tremendous respect for the things he achieved in his life and how hard he worked. And his work ethic was just phenomenal. He'd get up at 3-something in the morning. He was out at the court 4:30 working on his shot, and he'd work on the same move for over an hour, take a break, eat breakfast, hit the weight room, come back, do more stuff, later on go to lunch, come back, go to practice, go to dinner, come back, and do more of a workout. And he did this like 5 days a week throughout his career. And just a phenomenal work ethic. And just thinking about his trainer talking about, he wasn't the biggest guy, he wasn't the fastest guy. When you looked at him, he probably looked somewhat average as far as an NBA player, but his work ethic and the initiative he took to become the best that he could be paid off for him in the long run. There's stories about him asking Michael Jordan about certain moves that he made in the middle of a game, asking Reggie Miller certain thing that he did when they were doing this charity thing, and playing these college kids. And then he ended up using that move against Reggie Miller when they played the Pacers one time during the finals and that kind of stuff, and ended up winning the game. And just the initiative he took to become the best he could become. And that he was a detective and always asking questions and always looking to get better. And even after he got out of his NBA career, he started writing children's books, and he talked to actors, and he talked to people to get better at that, and then also financially talking to people and finding ways to invest his money, and just took initiative. And just a great example of that, and I want to encourage you to do the same. And it's challenged me, and even as we get started with track this week, I'm going to the head track coach every day this week and asking him questions and making sure we're doing things right, and making sure how can we get better and what kind of workouts can we do and those kinds of things. And just been taking initiative with that and asking questions and those kinds of things. And it also involves taking risks. Someday you may be, looking to try out for a team, or maybe looking for a job, or maybe in a dating realm, asking somebody out. I heard you got to go through the no's to get to the yeses. And one person I heard, he'd been turned down by like 25 girls, but it was number 26 that ended up being the one that ended up being his wife, and that, he's lived happily ever after with. And so sometimes you got to take those risks and go through the no's. And I think of a story of go through the no's to get to the yeses. And I think of a story in my own life, before I got to where I'm at now. you know, I knew it was time to move on from my last job, and I tried to get on at the high school I was at. And the athletic director, you know, it was too late. Couldn't get in there, and I applied for another school and went and interviewed. Thought I interviewed really well. They took me for a tour for the school. I thought I had it locked down, and sure enough, never heard from him. A guy came in and interviewed after me. Maybe he was way better, I don't know. But then I got the opportunity to be where I'm at right now, and interviewed here and got the job, and I've absolutely loved it. Been the best place I've ever worked. So as you're going through things, take initiative, ask questions, strive to get better, be a student of the game, take chances, always be looking to learn, always be looking to get better and become the best you can possibly be, and do it on a daily basis to make each day your masterpiece. Thanks for listening, and always remember that God's grace is sufficient.